Allison, go ahead.
Hi.
How are you?
Yes, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. How are you today?
Good. What did I get wrong?
I don't know if you got anything wrong. I just want to know what the solution is. I am double nickels. I'm 55. I am a yoga teacher. And, I feel good about life. I feel good about myself, but I am single. And I've been divorced.
Okay.
And so, just what is the solution?
Well,
What lane?
the question was the 55. Remember the 55-year-old yoga teacher came in and said she's double nickels. I've been married. I've been divorced. Now I want to know what is the solution. What is the solution? How do we go through from this point? I said from 36 to 60. It's that period of time. What's the solution? Let's if you didn't see this, give me about 10 minutes. We're going to break this down and then we're going to get into the second part of the broadcast. Before we do that, though, man, we got 1,300 people watching. We don't have enough likes. If we don't get these likes up, we're going to stop it and go to intermission. Get them up. I don't
Do we really
know.
need to
I don't know.
be?
You're throwing a lot at me. So, 55. How long were you married?
I was married for 6 years.
At what age did you get married?
I was 36 when I got married.
And you divorced 42, so you've been divorced for 13 years.
Yes.
Any children?
No children.
Okay, so why'd you wait so late to marry?
Um, I guess career, pretty much profession.
I asked, why did you wait so late to get married? One of the first things in the black community you often hear is 21, that's too young to be getting married. That's too young to be get married. I needed to. How many times do you hear our black women say, I felt like I needed to get my career together. I need to get out here and get my career, and I mean no disrespect, ladies, but I need you to understand something. That 80% of you do not have careers. You have jobs. 80% of you do not have careers. You have jobs. A career, meaning a doctor, lawyer, an accountant when you own your own practice, you own your own business. Most of the largest employers of the black female is the federal government and retail. Those aren't careers, those are jobs. So what I told this woman, it was the honest to God truth. Far too many of us, especially in our generation, the women were told, don't depend on no man. Get out there, get your career, get yourself straight, and then when you decide you want to get married, you can just go pull a husband off the man tree. Well, this is what happens to that thought process.
I
Have
just
you been a
wasn't in a
yoga teacher
hurry.
your entire career?
I have not. I was a hairstylist prior to.
So I know plenty of hairstylists and yoga teachers that seem to be able to get married just fine.
I guess it wasn't exampled in my family, and so it wasn't something that I really, kind of went towards.
So how about this?
So,
How about we just instead of saying career, because when you say that to a brother like myself, I hear
hmm
disingenuous. What I'm hearing when you
Really?
say career,
Oh,
you better
wow.
now let me tell you why.
Okay.
You want to hear? Do you want to hear it, or you just
Yes, of course.
all right? When you tell me you're 55 and you're
hmm
a yoga teacher and a hairstylist, you can't tell me you put off marriage because of a career. Because where I'm coming from, unless you are a international business, that ain't no career to be putting anything on hold for. That's what most men hear. That was not rude.
Some
When
of
you
you
say a
think.
career, you need to be arguing before the Supreme Court. You need to have a show enough damn business. Because a hairstylist, I can throw a rock and hit 10 hairstylists on the corner and they can find husbands. I can throw a rock that way and find any massage therapist, yoga teacher, whatever, and white women can get
hmm
married. So men don't hear that. The second part makes more sense. Wasn't raised to prioritize it. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Because at 55, um, when you and your husband divorced, what was the cause?
Um, Infidelity mainly. Yes.
How many times did you cheat on him? She wasn't expecting that one.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting curve that you threw.
Why?
It wasn't on me.
Why?
It was on
Black
him.
women cheat at black women cheat at 4 percentage points less than black men.
Well, no, that was on him. It wasn't me.
Okay. Well, you said infidelity. Okay. So infidelity, was it rampant?
Um, it was enough. I stayed long enough through it enough to where it was
Was it
enough.
what I'm trying to find out? Was it with one person? Was it with multiple?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, it wasn't with one,
Okay.
just one
All right.
person. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what was your longest relationship before your marriage?
My longest relationship before my marriage, wow, was probably 3 years.
And what age were you when that started?
That I'm thinking right high school, really.
Okay. This is not about this woman in particular. So I don't want anyone giving her a hard time. Sister here, I could take her and plug in many a sister from Generation X. She got married one time in her 30s. Like a lot of these women were told to go get married in your 30s. And what ends up happening? She had no history of being in a relationship, and it inevitably failed because I asked about her previous relationship, and we had to go all the way back to high school, sophomore year to high school. Again, that's the age when so many of our sisters, I say, you found the love of your life, you already had your man, and you likely blew it. Remember, from junior year in high school to sophomore year in college. That's when most women find their men. And this is when black women are getting rid of their men in preparation for this great and wonderful life that's supposed to happen. When everyone else is getting their men, black women are told to get rid of their men. They were also told not to get serious about these guys because you're young, he's young, have your fun, but don't get serious. That's what our sisters were told. These young 19 and 20-year-old women had a bunch of older baby boomer women telling them, girl, don't you worry about no man. Have your fun, do your thing, but don't get tied down. And I tell you right now, I know so many men who were heartbroken during this time. Loved their girlfriends, their live-in girlfriends or whatever, and their girlfriends broke up with them and did the entire thing I talked about in you already found your man and you blew it. Okay? So then after they did all this stuff that this sister, just like everyone else did, around mid-30, because I better get married. Didn't get married, but you got no track record of being with anybody, weren't trained to be with anybody, and inevitably it falls apart. No surprise. Was that
Yeah,
at
I'm
the end of
thinking
high
high
school?
school. It was like the 10th grade to my first year in college.
Okay,
Yeah.
so from 16 to 19.
Yeah.
Okay, then you skipped all the way up until 36. Guys, don't give her a
Well,
hard
not that I
time.
didn't date. I did date,
No,
but
no, no, no,
serious
no, no, no,
relationship.
no, no. I'm just counting serious relationships.
Yes, certainly.
16 to 19, then all the way to 36. And then you were with this person for how long? You were married for, you guys get together 6 years total or married 6 years?
I would say 7 years total.
Okay, so you knew him for a year and you were married for 6. So so if I mapped out your relationships, you were born in 64, 65.
65.
65. You were
Yes.
you were with somebody from high school, 10th grade to your freshman year in college. And then from that point on, from 19 to 35, double almost twice your lifetime, you had no serious relationship. You met somebody for 1 year, you married them, and you divorced after 6 years. And then you've been Single for 12. Your entire life you've been single.
That's fair. Yeah.
So you don't have again, black men and black women were not our culture. Our culture is not one that told us we're supposed to be together. Black men were not raised to be husbands. Black women were not raised to be wives. I said this on my broadcast earlier today. A lot of black men, far too many black men, we stopped maturing when we left the playground. Go watch that stream I put on Patreon. People skills. We don't have the people skills. We don't have relationship skills. We come together short term, but long term, marriage, the kind of stuff that's complicated. Are we really equipped? Are you willing to give relationship a second chance? That's the question on the floor.
Well,
yeah, so you don't have a track record of being with a man. You don't have a track record of cooperating with a man, serving a man, anything like that.
I served my husband. No, I definitely served my husband.
Ma'am.
He would tell you that.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to insult. I said a track record of serving a man over the long term, over a life. 6 years in a marriage, I'm not taking anything away from that. But I'm saying it's over a period of a lifetime. That's what I'm saying. So the future going forward, what is it you would want?
Well, I definitely would like to have.
Now, again, the question I asked, if you've had a life of not being in relationships, and now here it is towards the middle part of life, you're at the tail end of life. You're 2/3 of the way done. What do you want now? Are you willing to give it a second chance? You got to understand the question. If you're younger, this question doesn't weigh as heavy on you as it does with people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. The people who've had a lot of trauma, issues, bad memory. These are the people we're asking, are you willing to give stuff a second chance? I mean, again, she's not 25, she's 55. But again, I could take her out and plug any of the previous women I've talked to or any of the guys I've talked to, because you've heard me talk to guys who ain't been in relationships for 10, 15 years. So guys, don't be getting all in there talking about old eggs and all this other kind of stuff. I'm looking at you too, because all I got to do is go back and pull the guys who talking about they ain't been in a relationship for 15 years, but then gonna call in talking about how I value relationships. French toast, you mean?
A serious relationship and a lifelong partner. I would.
Okay.
Going forward.
To what end?
To the end.
I mean, to what end? I mean, why?
Because I think it's God ordained, for relationships. I mean, I feel like love is a wonderful thing.
Hold on.
No, I do.
You're 55, and you're saying it's God ordained.
Relationship, companionship,
okay,
I believe.
All right, you call something. Okay. I hear you, but it's hard to hear that it's God ordained, and you're 55, and you have no real long track record of being with a man. See, it's not like you can say you've been in and out of relationships.
But I think that would be foolish and frivolous if that were the case and it wasn't serious. So I choose not to casually date anybody.
Well, your best. Again, so many of these sisters were taught that fear black men, fear relationship. Don't waste your time. Again, remember, black men were just, baby boomers set these women up for a failure. Better to be with nobody than wasting your time. Oh, really? Well, did you learn how to be involved with anybody in that time? Did anybody learn how to be involved? The longer you're alone, the less you learn how to be involved with anybody. Ladies or gentlemen, this goes for you too, men. The longer you're alone, the less you learn how to be involved with anybody. So stop talking about 55, next caller. If I got you on this line, I guarantee you probably got some shit going on with you too, because I can tell by the way you type You probably are the person I'm talking to as well. Thinking got you where you are right now, and you're calling me and asking. Your best thinking got you where you are right now, and you're calling me and asking. And like most sisters, you got your mind made up, and
Well, I don't want to casually date
it doesn't
anyone.
matter what you want, ma'am. See,
Yeah.
you spent your entire life being in charge.
I guess a great portion of it.
You're
Sure.
55, ma'am. You have your entire life. Your high school, it really doesn't count. The only relationship in your life that truly counts is the year you dated somebody and you got married. You have
Get them
been
likes up before
in
we
your
go to
adult
intermission.
life. You've had one relationship.
Is that a bad thing?
For what?
Again, what did I just say?
Black folks, we have been taught to believe being single is a good thing. I said you spent your entire adult life out of a relationship. And it was like, is that bad? French toast, yeah, it's bad. What do you mean? Life is about people. Life is about relationships. We are not meant to go through this thing by ourselves. And you, come on, man. Come on, ladies. Come on, gentlemen. 5% of men are truly alpha, alpha, alpha who are going to go through life by themselves. 5 out of 100. And I can guarantee you, if that's you, you are not on this stream. You can say it's what you are. You may be alpha with some beta traits, but you are not straight up alpha, alpha because you don't listen to no man. Knock it off. Everybody's looking for answers because our culture is jacked to where we can get to this point in life and be like, is it bad to not be in with somebody for 15 years? If you're saying you want to have a husband, you want yes.
Oh, okay. First time I'm ever hearing that.
How many black men have you? I mean, she said it's the first time she's hearing it. And there's so many of us that thought this, that like relationship is this switch you can turn on and off. No, it is not. Let me be the first one to tell you. People skills get rusty. Some of you never got them. This is why you're going to have to get therapy to make sure you got a clean bill of health, and then one-on-one coaching with somebody, because you didn't get the relationship skills out on the playground or at recess or in the neighborhood when you were 7, 8, 9, 10, under 12 years old, because from 13 up, many of you were latchkey kids. Unless you were Generation X, you didn't have playgrounds and go outside and play. Many of you guys were in the home playing video games. Your relationship skills stopped in the 4th or 5th grade. And you're finding that it's easy to go find somebody to scratch that itch, but you can't sit in the room with them. The only room you can get along with the opposite sex is the bedroom. You've got problems. Yes.
I've had quite a few conversations. I mean, I would like to feel like I don't want to be spent and used up when he does come.
Let me stop you right here, ma'am. You're 50, let me just get real with you, ma'am. 55, there ain't much left to use.
It's a lot to use. No. Trust and believe.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
No, it's not.
See, we allow our sisters who are you're half 100, and you're talking like you're in your 20s, like you got all this time and all this the juice left, ma'am. You're almost retirement age. Talking like you got all this time left. And see,
well, that's how we do that,
and we.
But I
that's
feel
how you
like
feel.
that.
I don't give a damn how you feel. You were born in 1965.
Okay.
You're old, like me. Talk like it. But you're talking like a young, silly girl.
Why am I? Well, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't feel silly, and I definitely don't feel old.
But it's not about how you feel, ma'am. And I'm not trying to insult. Okay. See, and here's what I'm doing. I'm coming
at
you.
It's not about how I
need you
feel.
I need you to listen. I need you to listen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm purposely triggering you to see how you're going to respond. And see how you're responding? This means you're not really cut out for a man like myself or somebody on my level or really anybody.
Why would you say that?
Because, man, ladies, I need you to ask yourself a question. Does the woman that I'm speaking to sound like she is cut out for a relationship with anyone? This is not an insult, but I want to hear the ladies, not the men, because women tend to, especially women in my generation, tend to hear other women more than they hear us. Ladies, does your sister right here sound like she has the relationship skills, temperament, patience, or desire to be in a relationship with anyone? Ladies, that's a yes or no. Give her some feedback. Only the ladies.
I'm responding irrationally.
Go back and look in the chat room, man. Because when you tell me at 55, when you tell me at 50, when I go back and look in the chat room, I'm not looking at it either. But when you say, when I'm listening to a 55-year-old woman talk about how she feels, I feel like I got more time. You can feel like it all you'd want to, man. Man, 55 years old. Think about when we were children. Okay? Think about when you and I are roughly the same age. Your grandmother, do you feel like, how old was your grandmother when you were born?
No, you making me challenge my math skills. How old was my
What year your grandmother born?
She was born in 1917.
1917. So 1917. So when my grandfather was born in 1919 and 1924. So your grandmother is 7 years older than mine. So you got to tell me, when you were looking at your grandma at 55 years old, you saw you?
No.
What did you see? Exactly.
I just saw my grandmother.
But the thing is, when your grandmother was 55 years old, could you imagine her saying what you're saying? No.
My grandmother, now she was special. So
well, apparently so. But you see, when I put it in context like that, man, see, here's the thing. Most people won't risk telling older black women the truth. Because one, most older black women don't want to hear the truth. Two, you got so many things to keep telling you what you want to hear. But the reality is, at 55, what is the average lifespan of a black man in this country?
77, I believe, 76 for a black man.
71. Actually, 68. 68 in the average lifespan. Yes. It's actually gone up with the marital rate decreasing. So the men you will be dating, how many men are left in your age, in your generation to date? Another question that a lot of women don't think about is, she feels like she's still in her 20s or 30s. She's 55. That's damn near retirement age. And today, John Travolta announced he lost his wife, Kelly Preston. Our condolences, Mr. Travolta. Kelly Preston is 57 years old. This is what I mean by dying alone. We're at the age where people start to die. Don't have time to be wasting and playing. That's why I'd say Steve Harvey and guys like that who don't tell women the other side of the story are doing them a disservice, because if you don't tell the honest to God truth and the reality, we're the logical ones. She was shocked by some of the things that I was saying. Why? When you're a yoga instructor and a hairstylist, that's a female-dominated profession. There are no men around to tell you anything or say anything.
Oh, I don't know those statistics. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a late millennial, but you're not a boomer.
No.
So
you're right.
The men that are age appropriate for you are dead, or I mean, there are not a lot of men, and they're not looking for women who have no relational history. If they're looking to have a partnership, ma'am, guys are going to say, what are we going to get from this? And you may be a lot of things, but do you have a history of cooperating with a man? And your life says that you don't. That's not an insult. Somebody looking from 18 to right now, they look at 37 years. And only for a period of 7 years do you have a history.
Yeah, I said millennial, I meant Generation X. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Does that make sense?
I'm listening. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but I'm listening to you.
She said that what I'm saying, if she's not sure it makes sense. Now, again, I got to speak to you, sis. You're 55. All I used was simple, basic logic. And when I use the example of our grandmothers, my grandmother at 55, I felt as though she was sage. She had some wisdom, the wisdom of a life lived. I sat at the feet of my grandparents and my great-grandparents in awe and reverence. When we would sit there and watch, the 10 Commandments and things like that, I would sit at my grandmother's feet when it was an honor for me to go make my grandmother coffee. It was an honor for her to ask me to go to the store to get her snuff. It was an honor for me to do anything for that old woman, because I could look in that woman's eyes and tell that she had lived life. Okay, well, any other question I can answer, because I don't know what else to say. I mean, your life, it's your life. From 18.
Well, according to you, I'm in the grave.
You're close there. Okay, you're close to the grave. You're closer to the grave. You're closer to the grave than you have more time. And see, that is one of the things I am trying to get, especially people in our generation, to stop acting like we're so young, because we're not. Just because
but I'm in health and wellness. My whole mindset is different.
You're still 55.
It's okay, but my life has been in health and wellness.
And how is that working out? Good, but how's that? But it's not about you and your life. It's about.
But if I don't take care of me first,
okay, you're right.
Prepare myself.
You're right.
For
you're right.
The person that God is going to send my way. Then
so no, ma'am. Let me go ahead and knock that. Let me go ahead.
But you know what I've heard.
She said that if she did not prepare herself first for the man, the person that God, who are you? Sarah? 55? And this is when I lost it, because so many of our sisters have been taught this is all they got to hold on to. Honestly, this is what all they got to hold on to. This got to be God ordained. That's why I'm by myself. God, it has to be God's will. And no, it is not. So it's time to get real into this. It's almost over. But this is where I lost it, because I have seen so many of our sisters live this. I'm getting myself ready for what God has for me. No, God has been sending you stuff your entire life. You have just not been willing to work it. No. Let me go ahead. No. You're not going to overtalk me. You're not going to put this shit off on God. You're not going to put this off on God. And she's still talking. You still talking. I had to mute you. You roll your eyes all you want to. I'm looking dead at you. And you still talking. Mute it.
Acting like a 20-something-year-old.
And you wonder why we don't deal with older women. Because I'm sitting there talking to a woman who is 55 years old, trying to tell me that you don't feel 55 and because I'm in health and wellness. And go ahead and unmute yourself, ma'am. I mean,
well, what else am I supposed to say? If I'm in health and wellness and I have for 30 years been in this industry, taking care of myself, preparing myself.
For what?
Doing it.
Preparing yourself for what?
For the rest of my life.
You just said for the man that God sent you, right?
Exactly. But
okay,
that's still for the rest of my life.
So I need you to answer me a question.
They are synonymous.
Excuse me. I need you to answer the rest of your life. She is talking with the attitude of a woman who has another 70 years. Kelly Preston died today at 57. So when I ask the question, are you willing to give relationship a second chance? In order to have a relationship in order to do that, one critical thing needs to happen. And I need you to remember, this sister right here is far more emblematic of the many of our sisters today than the minority. Let's get these likes up, man. Let's get them up. I'm going to open the call lines. And guys, you're not excluded from this too, because you got some hard-headed views. Ask me a question. Are you a Christian?
I am a Christian.
So is marriage and relationship a God ordained or is it a natural choice? Hey, daughter of the king, you make sure you get your big head ass on up in here too. Because just like most women, so breaking her down is the solution. No, it's not. You get your big head ass on up in here too. Because if you daughter of the king, guess what? I'm the son of him. And you still are under me. Make sure you the first one to call in.
I would like to say for myself, it's
no, ma'am,
synonymous.
You're a Christian. You're a Christian. You don't get to pick your Christianity. Please answer according to the Christianity you say you believe in and you're trying to stand on.
It's God ordained.
It is not God ordained. It is the natural choice. I taught church singles ministry in 3 different churches.
Okay.
And go look at my broadcast about 3 weeks ago talking about Christian feminists. You sitting there telling me that God, see, if it was God, then you can say God is responsible for you not having nobody. Nope. You get a chance to pick.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that.
You would not say you don't have a choice to pick?
No, I wouldn't say God is responsible for
Well, then
me
it's not
being
God
single.
ordained. It's a natural choice. Have you ever sat down with a counselor or a therapist?
Oh yes, absolutely.
And were there's any clinical diagnosis?
No, it wasn't.
Did you talk about relationships?
Absolutely, yes.
And what was the and what did you ask? Did you ask what? What did you ask your therapist?
I mean, several different questions. It's been definitely years ago, but yeah, several different questions along those lines. During the time I was married.
Okay. So you got married at 36.
Yes.
So from the age of 19 to 36, you never consulted a therapist to find out why you were by yourself?
Not from that time, no, I did not.
So you saw everybody else in the world getting married, moving on, and you didn't think there was something a little out of place?
No, indeed. I didn't.
Exactly. And again, it's not like you had this high-power career. You were a hairstylist. But you had clients that came in who were talking about husbands, children, family. But you didn't have any of that. Right?
Correct.
And you didn't think there's a reason.
I did not.
Well,
no, sir.
I'm just saying. So again, and no one and who could risk talking to you and telling you? See, a big part of us trying to resolve any issues we have is that there's something off, something wrong. And I would say that if you say what you want, if what you say you want is true, in a life from 18 to 55, you have 7 years of cooperating with a man.
7 years.
Most of your life is spent in not cooperation. I don't understand how you expect to get something out of that when you have no track record of it. You haven't even explored it. And this is what makes me so frustrated about so many of our sisters. You leave so much of it in God's hands. And this is bullshit. TD Jakes, one of the best messages I finally heard him say was, I'm tired. Stop quoting me in your house. I am a man. It is not God's to make you a man. You have to become a wife to be found. And so many of our sisters just feel like, I'm just going to go out and live my life and do my thing. And all of a sudden, husband going to knock on the door. My suggestion, ma'am, is if you really want what you say you want out of life, you gotta, first off, you gotta answer the question, why? And then you have to answer the question a lot of guys gonna ask, what do you bring to the table? Why would a guy want to couple with you, partner with you? What are they gonna get out of it? Because at this point, there has to be some sort of negotiation. It's the best I can offer you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
At this point, there's going to have to be some sort of negotiation. That's what's going to happen.